Listen to this. Fox and our papers are the only faintly conservative voices against the monolithic liberal media. I believe maintaining this is vital to the future of the English-speaking world. Not the stock price, not the inheritance, not the legacy. Now, who wrote that? It was a private email from Rupert Murdoch, written at 93 years old, and it was never meant to be public, and this was sent to his ex-wife, a woman who fought him bitterly in divorce court decades earlier. That email is at the center of a new Netflix docuseries called Dynasty: The Murdochs that has been making quite a buzz. And the filmmakers put it on screen thinking it would condemn him. But actually, it may do the opposite. Before we talk about the email itself, let's go for more context. Rupert Murdoch is 95 years old, Australian-born, and you may not know his name, but you most definitely have heard at least once the name of the powerful media empire he built. Fox Corporation, which owns Fox News and Fox Sports, and News Corp, which owns the Wall Street Journal, the New York Post, and HarperCollins. He has been married 5 times and has 6 children from 3 of those marriages. 4 older children are the ones this documentary is really about. Prudence, the eldest from his first marriage, stayed largely in the background. Elizabeth built her own production company, sold it to the family, and eventually walked away from the empire's politics entirely. Lachlan controls both Fox Corp and News Corp today, and potentially until 2050. And finally, James, who spent years running major parts of the business before drifting sharply to the left, resigning from the News Corp board in 2020, donating to Biden's campaign, and becoming the documentary's unofficial moral conscience. The empire was always destined to land with one of these people. The question was, which one? And Rupert's answer to that question started a war. In 1999, when Rupert divorced Anna, he set up an irrevocable family trust, a legal structure giving all 4 older children equal voting rights over the companies after his death. That held for over 20 years, until around 2023, when Rupert decided equal wasn't good enough. He wanted Lachlan, and only Lachlan, to have permanent control. He called the plan Project Family Harmony. The other 3 siblings fought back in Nevada court. In December 2024, a Nevada probate commissioner ruled against Rupert and Lachlan, finding they had acted in bad faith, calling their effort a carefully crafted charade. Rupert lost, but by September 2025, the family had reached a private settlement. Prudence, Elizabeth, and James each received approximately $1.1 billion. But Lachlan got the keys. $3 billion to the losing side to preserve the conservative media empire intact. Now the documentary. Director Liz Garbus, who also made the Harry and Meghan series for Netflix, built her case with a familiar cast of critics. New York's magazine Kara Swisher, McKay Coppins of The Atlantic, who, it should be noted, served as a consulting producer on this very series. James Murdoch, framing his departure from the family as a moral reckoning. And their argument is straightforward. Rupert let opinion run wild on Fox because ratings mattered more than facts. He had, in the words of one contributor, no guardrails. There is also a former News of the World reporter who sits on camera, calls the Murdochs a crime family, and admits in the same breath that his own wife called him a lowlife for what he did there. The documentary gives him a couch, a camera, and 0 pushback. He gets to play both witness and judge. That is a fair criticism of Murdoch's tabloid era. There were genuine scandals, genuine harms, real victims of phone hacking and editorial recklessness. Those facts are not in dispute. But the documentary's blind spot is that it presents that criticism exclusively through voices who were already committed to the verdict before filming began. McKay Coppins is consulting producer, former employees with their own scores to settle. James Murdoch, whose ideological break with his father conveniently positions him as the conscience the story needed. The result is a documentary that argues against opinion without accountability, while delivering opinion without accountability. But here's what makes this story more complicated than the documentary allows. Those private emails, surfaced through the Nevada court filings, put on screen by the filmmakers themselves, reveal something the narrative was not designed to accommodate. Rupert writes to Anna, about why James cannot be trusted with the succession. He calls him bright and articulate, but says he has shown, quote, poor judgment time and time again. And then, Fox and our papers are the only faintly conservative voices against the monolithic liberal media. I believe maintaining this is vital to the future of the English-speaking world. James and Catherine want to change that. Anna writes back. She says Fox is playing, quote, a huge and important role in calling out the idiocies that surround us. She says she sometimes fears America is doomed because of the wrong-headedness of the cultural elites. And then, you are fighting the good fight, and I admire you for doing so, and I applaud Lachlan for never caving in. This is his ex-wife, a woman who fought him in divorce court, writing in private, with no audience, fully aligned, not on money, not on inheritance, but on the idea that something worth defending is at stake. Rupert Murdoch could have sold everything years ago and retired with one of the largest fortunes in history. He could have pivoted to the left when the culture shifted. His own son James did exactly that and received a sympathetic documentary arc for it. Rupert didn't. Not because he couldn't, because he apparently believed the fight mattered more than the exit. The documentary frames those emails as evidence of a power grab, but read without the framing as private words between two people who no longer have anything to gain from each other. They read differently. Less like a mogul protecting an asset, and more like someone who genuinely believes he's in a fight that matters. Dynasty, the Murdochs, wants you to see a villain. What it accidentally shows is a man who may have made cynical decisions in the pursuit of a cause he sincerely believed in. Those things are not mutually exclusive, and the documentary, by refusing to hold both at once, tells you less about Rupert Murdoch than it tells you about itself. You don't have to agree with every decision he made. You don't have to like Fox News. But when a private email to your ex-wife, written at 93 years old, still comes back to civilization rather than the money, that tells you something. Whether he was right about what he was fighting for, that's a question only you can answer. Tell us what you think below in the comment section and click on the subscribe button as well as the notification bell to keep yourself updated with our latest releases. And also, if you want exclusive access to longer productions with deeper insights, click the link in the description. Don't miss the chance. And see you in our next 10-minute brief.